Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Trading Room recap for Tuesday, March the 24th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the room. This is the address to get in, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Well, not like yesterday, I didn't find a lot of trades that had good continuation in them. There were some, interesting ones that really rocketed at the beginning. This is one that I did get in. I just couldn't find a good enough entry earlier on. This is one also, ABMD, which just screamed higher. This is the opening candle right there. This came on my lifetime alert and kept making, a new lifetime alert after lifetime alert, but just couldn't, was just going too fast. Anyway, let me get back to the trade, some of the trades that I did take. I'm not going to go over every single one of them. I didn't take that one. Typed it in wrong. There we go. I'm not going to go over every single one of them. TSN and Taser were a couple of early ones that I took. Lost a nickel on each one. I took a trade in IHS. I made a little bit there and a couple other little ones. But, again, just not a lot of follow through on a lot of these. So, and even this one, I mean, RTRX came on let me just make sure that's correct. RTRX, one second. Yeah, this came on this was at one point on my strong stock alert list. And it's not there now because it doesn't fit all the criteria, but was definitely noticing this one. And it is, it's a drug manufacturer, so it's in that biotech or the healthcare sector. And the healthcare sector has been very soft on Friday and Monday. Today it started out pretty good. Let's see, just take a look at IBB. And see, here's where it started, and it looked pretty good, but then it's given it all back, and a lot of these healthcare stocks have just, fallen with the IBB. And so I was interested in this one because this is, was kind of or following what IBB was doing. And when it broke through 24 right here on this volume, decided to take the trade. I thought maybe it was going to be one of those bios that would just really continue. And it did work, kind of. I was able to get out at 24.57, some of it, and then actually took a little loss on the second part at 24.08 as it collapsed down. I was holding on here. If you follow me at all, you know that when I take some out here, I don't mind holding on even if it gets back to my buy because if it bounces, at least I know even if I have to take a little loss, I've made some pretty good money on the initial pop. So, but it just didn't happen. It didn't bounce enough, and so I got out of it right here, and it's just sort of fallen apart for the rest of the day. Uh, Elks. Now, this is an interesting one, another biotech. If you don't have this, you should come into the room tomorrow, and I will give you this particular strategy. This is one that Dan Merkin, our CEO, gave to us last week, and I published it last week for everybody. I think actually on Monday for everybody. And basically, what it is, it's a an opening 30-minute break strategy. So when the stock breaks, and there are more filters obviously in place here, but essentially you get the alert when the stock breaks the opening 30-minute range, and this one did not work, TTPH, but Kite and PRTA definitely did work. I didn't take these ones. The spread was a little, tough for me to take them. But ALKS I decided to take because the spread wasn't too bad. And you can see the alert came at 66.64. And you can see that right here, 66.64, right there is the 30-minute opening range. So this is the top of the 30-minute opening range because this would be about 10:30 right there. So there's the top of the 30-minute opening range and there's a bottom. So again, when you get alert, you're going to get the alert right here, and that's what happened. So I got the alert there. Watch it pull back just a little bit, and I took the trade right here at 66.72. Looked really good for a while. It actually broke through 67. It was really, but I got out some right here at 66.95 before it broke through, just in case it didn't. Got up to 67.06, and I was really hoping that it was going to continue. It just didn't, and I gave it a couple more pops. You can see right there it tried to get to back up to 67, but eventually I did get out the last part at 67.78. So again, no continuation. I mean, it was just one of those days. I think on another day where if the BIOS had remained strong all day, we would have seen, especially when it broke through the whole number again, we would have seen something like this, more of a continuation. But a lot of chop right now. Let's see, WLL, I just want to show you this. It's not that it was, I don't even know if I have it marked up. Yeah, WLL, now this happened in the pre-market. They announced that they had done a $30 million financing. So we were all watching this to see, and at $30, and you can see there's $30. And it was actually halted for a little a piece right here, and then it opened. And here I decided that I wanted to watch this one because, and if you're going to take this trade, you could literally take a few shares and just put your stop at 30, no matter. And I was looking at maybe a break through 31, and here is where it did break through 31. I took the trade at 31.09. It looked good. I actually thought this was going to roll. This was 31.32 right there, and I actually thought we were going to see some good continuation, but this candle right there, it just collapsed, right away almost, and I actually ended up selling at 31.10. Made a penny on this one, but disappointing. But this one I think has to be watched because certainly it looks like 30 is a base, and if it can go up above 31 tomorrow, and we've got a tremendous gap to fill. I mean, here's where it closed yesterday at 33.79. Not a tremendous gap, but I mean, $3, $3. You never know though. So I'm definitely going to watch it though to see if it can break 31 again tomorrow and get a little more continuation. PFNX. Oh boy, this was a tough one. Now PFNX actually was a lifetime alert. I got the first one right here at $16, and it was right here at 16 right there, and it just flew. I had no chance at all to get into this. And then got another alert at 17. And remember, these lifetime alerts, I have got them structured so that they only occur, I only see them when they happen at a whole number, just over the whole number. So this time I started to watch it. Now look what happened here. Here's where I got the second alert right there, $17. Popped up and then it pulled back, which I liked. I thought, okay, second time through, let's see what happens. However, this was just, excuse me, an atrocious spread. There were times where the spread was 30 cents. When it was good, it was down to 15 cents. But I did end up taking the trade right here at 17.27. And I took out some right here at 1755. It had popped up to 1772, but again, that's a little misleading because the bid was never even close to 1772. It was probably around 1755 or 56 or even 60. And so I decided that I just had to get out some. It was just too erratic. And then look, the next candle, it just collapsed, and I ended up selling basically at my break even here at 1727. And then it's popped up, and then it's back down. So I mean, it's all over the place, and this is, quite typical of what I saw a lot today. This is another one that I took. I don't know if I have it marked up. Don't have it marked up. 32.18. I took the trade, and just one second. Hi. Okay, so I did mark it up right here. I just put in where I took the trade at 32.18. It had popped up right to 32.57, the pullback, and then when it broke again through 32, I thought, okay, let's take this trade right here with maybe, a whole number stop. Looked reasonable. It was up to 32.34, and then it just collapsed, and I got out basically at 32.18. But this is the frustrating part because right after that, it popped up to 32.69. But it is still choppy. I mean, again, a very, very choppy day. Now, the last one was, I guess my call it my trade of the day, but I mean, it's still, it's these are just very, very difficult. Now, I'll tell you the only reason I got into this was because of my custom, and you can see right here at 8, I was alerted to it at 73.53. But first, let's take a look at what happened with this one. Um, I received a lot of alerts on this one at 68, and then it would have been well, actually, I don't know why it probably went through 69 and 70 so quickly that I didn't even it didn't even register. So because again, I should get these triggered right at the whole number. So you can see here 66 and all the way up to 72, and it just shot up. I had no chance at all to get in. It just went way too quickly. And watch it get up here and then the pullback. Now, the biotechs were starting to really crumble at this point. So I really forgot about this one. I had no visions of trading this later on. The bios were just going down, and I figured, okay, it's had its day. But with my custom setup, here's where I received the alert at 218, and the price was 73.53. Basically, right here is 73.53 or 73. It's I'm pretty sure, yeah, 73.55. I get the trigger right at when it breaks through the high of the day. I'm probably not right on this one, but anyway, got the alert right here. And so I sort of closed my eyes, took the trade at 73.81, trusting my custom. This is a pure and utter momentum play. Was hoping that I would get a little bit of continuation. I did. In that same candle, I exited everything at 74.62. I just was not going to mess around with the bios, and I'm glad I did because look what happened right after that. So, bit of a sigh of relief on this one because, it could have gone south on me, but I do have trust in my custom that, when it's a pure momentum play. And even though this is not a bad little setup, you got the red, excuse me, green, red, green. So it's not a bad little setup. It's not like it was a pure chase, but nonetheless, I think more for me it was because the bios weren't certainly weren't strong that I was kind of reticent in taking this trade. But I took it and made money on it, and I guess that's the bottom line. So that's it for today. I sure hope we start getting more continuation plays tomorrow because it's hard. It's very frustrating to have to wait around. You get a setup and then it doesn't do anything. But anyway, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Here is again the cover page. Here's the address to get in and logging in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. And I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow.